Hello, great to be with you again. I hope you're all well and looking after yourselves. Now, last Sunday, the the message was about values. And at the end of it, we were left with two questions to explore in our gym age groups, in our small groups. And I'll these are the two. Who influenced you when you were growing up? Who contributed to shaping your values? The second one was, how have some of the values you had then changed since you became followers of Jesus? Now, in our cell group, in our GMAT group, we met and we explored this. And today I've brought two men who are in my GMAT group that are really good mates of mine, that are brothers. And I want to hear the stories that they shared in our GMAT group. So the two of them, and Graham Roberts is the building officer in our building, Liverpool Lighthouse, and also Chiba Tivan, who is a Mongolian student, master's student in Liverpool here. And Chiba has given some of his time to look after the park that we have in Liverpool. So let me welcome you. Hello, Graham and Chiba. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Now, we're going to hear their stories in a minute. But first, let me say that when we talk about values, we're talking about the principles or standards of behavior, one's judgment of what is important in life. Okay, that's our focus. So in our gym age meeting, both of you shared your experiences in growing up. So I want you to share these with those who are watching and listening. I'll start with Graham. Who was the person or were the people that influenced you and shaped your values growing up?
I'd say the biggest one who shaped my values growing up was my mother.
Okay. And how did she do that? Yes.
At the time, I was 9, and my mum and dad had just bought the first house. So we all moved, and within, I think it was about 6 months or 9 months, my dad couldn't work anymore. So my mum had to take on that responsibility of the bills, the mortgage, everything, as well as having 3 boys. So she had 3 jobs. She was working in the morning. She'd be up and out for 6 o'clock in the morning. She'd make sure she was back when we were back from school, make the tea, and then she'd be back out at work then till 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Nice.
And even though she was, we didn't really see her much, because obviously the morning we weren't up, nighttime, say I was only 9 or something, so we were probably in bed at the time. So we'd only see her once in a day. But even through that, we knew that she loved us, all 3 of us. She showed she still had that love.
Yeah, wonderful. I was going to say that, so what was the value that she taught you and gave to you?
Hard working, dedication to the family, looking after the family, showing that you could still feel love of her, even though you'd only see her once a day.
Thank you very much. And very quickly, can you think of any value that you had growing up, which when you came to Jesus, you had to change? Don't tell us where you got it from.
Well, I'd say one of the main ones was growing up, especially when I started work, and everyone used to go to the pub on a Friday. Everyone we knew, pub on a Friday, and it was always like not a culture thing, but it was something that I'd always, I don't know whether I believed in it or what, but
yes.
And then obviously when I come to Christ, that sort of changed to not being as important as it was at that time. that makes any sense.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
All
obviously
right.
you lose mates through that, but
But it's
that's
okay.
that's the walk you take. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Chiba, would you tell us about your story?
Okay. The key value I got was from my mother. When I was 4 years old, my father passed away. So my mother was responsible for her 9 children. So during that time, my mother also fired from her job. So it wasn't easy for us.
Easy.
But, yes, so she didn't have job. So she tried to share everything she had for her 9 children. And also, when there is nothing for my neighbors, she tried to share everything with 9 children, also with neighbors.
Amazing.
So the sharing is the
value.
Value I got from my mother.
Excellent, excellent. And as I said, I can testify that since you joined us in Liverpool, everyone that walked past, you wanted to bring in to eat with you. You have that heart of wanting to share, and it's just fantastic. But you got it from your mom, which is amazing. Is there any value that perhaps wasn't right, that when you came to Christ you had to get rid of?
Yes, I used to isolate myself from my friends when I was young. But when I become a disciple of Jesus, I tried to make friends, to sharing. Maybe for last 1 year, I tried to share my belief to my friends.
Okay.
Yes, so from isolation to making friends.
Great, excellent. All right, good. Thank you very much for that. Now, you read 2 Bible passages earlier, 1 each. So let's explore this very quickly. What values do you think we could see in the disciples as they engage with Jesus regarding children? What values? Graham, do you want to start very quickly?
Yeah. That children, not that they didn't matter, but they were maybe that of seen but not heard type of thing.
Okay.
Which is basically what I used to have growing up, basically.
That was what you experienced growing up as a child.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
And I think it was still going on in this country.
Absolutely. And in Nigeria, where I came from, exactly the same growing up. Okay. Chiba, do you want to add to that?
Yes, disciples ignored the child. So it's maybe because of the culture. So during that time, women and also children were nothing for them.
Yeah.
Compared to men. So that's why maybe they ignored the children. So, but actually they should love and care the children.
Thank you very much. Well, Chiba and Graham, thank you so much for joining me today. Now, I'm going to continue and explore that passage further. Yes, thank you. Now, as the leavers, I was just thinking there about how we can explore this passage further. Most of you who have been Christians for a while, I'm sure, are familiar with that story of Jesus challenging the actions of the disciples. But like many things, you see, Jesus did as